Make yourself a phone boombox. I'm doing all this out of scrap plywood, and the great thing about using scrap plywood is you can build it as thick or as deep as you want. All you have to do is trace out the body of your phone and then cut that out using a bandsaw or jigsaw. Here's the cradle mounted onto the back of the boombox, which in this case I'm making sort of a high back to support the phone, and then the rest of the body is milled down to thickness on the table saw. Once that's done, you can start the glue up, and in this case I'm using the cradle piece first against the high back, and then I'm using finish nails to keep it all together. You don't have to do the finish nail part, it's up to you. In my case, I just didn't want to mess with aligning a whole stack like this. If you do use finish nails, make sure you don't put them in a spot where you're going to drill later. Then clamp up and let it cure overnight.
So this is where the iPhone's going to sit. I'm going to take a hole saw here and drill a hole here and here, and then cut her out.
So, this is the part when you get to see my oh shit face. I just did something really stupid on my brand new bandsaw.
So I'm an idiot and got my fingers again. Luckily not nearly as bad as last time, but this is obviously me getting careless with new tools. So I think I can keep working through this one and continue with this little project.
So for the rest of the project, I'm more cautious now with the bandsaw. Should have been in the first place. And now I'm working on drilling out the holes for the sound holes for this boombox. In this case, I'm making Sad Robot's eye sockets. One little piece about this, if your Forstner bit or whatever you're using to drill the holes isn't quite deep enough, you might have to make some adjustments. So what you see that I'm doing here is I'm moving the table of the drill press up and down in order to get enough depth. And all I'm trying to do is get the hole down deep enough just to the cradle so that there's an opening, so that when the phone is sitting in the cradle, it's exiting out those holes, and hopefully that path is as direct as possible. This is just my first one, the prototype. When you do yours, you might want to be doing some alignment and some analysis on how best to make your speaker for your phone shoot out that hole in the best way. But you also want a lot of reflection going on in there so that the wood body really gives it some depth and some amplification. I've already done a round-over bit around the whole thing at this point, including the sound holes. I'm just using the sander to sort of polish it off and give it more of a contour. And this is when you get a chance to make it look like a more organic thing. I was using my trim router and my bit tends to slip, so I ended up with a little bit more of a recess on the edges and holes, but actually it worked out okay. Now I'm just applying a coat of polyurethane.